Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. And as I promised, this is the next session for our lesson, which is BDR, Belajar dari Rumah, or home-based learning. And since we got the latest news today that our KPM decided to prolong the MCO, then I think until December that we have to do this, and then you have to keep up with whatever materials, whatever things that prepared by your teacher. Please do follow the instruction and complete the task given in the time manner. So if possible, if you have problem or anything regarding this method, you can always private message me, or the other subject that you have problem with, you can call or text those teachers that you really need some help or anything. Okay, so as for today, we are going to learn. It's not that learning, but we are going to practice on the things that we already done so many times. But practice make perfect, right? So we're going to do it again and again and again till you can make it. All right, because in this primary school, for Bahasa Inggris or English language, the most important is the practice. Okay, we need to practice the speaking practice, and the writing practice, and we've got to do all of these so that we can always get ready. And no matter how the questions will be in the in the exam, then you can always do it. All right, before we start our lesson for today, now I would like to introduce you one of the most important things before you start your lesson, okay, which is sharing the learning objectives. We've done this in the classroom, and then we have to do it here in this online or home-based learning too. Okay, because sharing your learning objective is something that where you're going, where are you now, and then to achieve the goal. A learning objective, it actually is your goal. So for you to really understand that in the first place, it is very, very crucial, so that you can always prepare yourself, mind and soul, to get ready with whatever going to happen in the process. This lesson process. Okay, all right. So for the learning objective of the day, when you read this, you should read, I should be able to create a short story based on non-linear text using the right format with little guidance. Okay, I'm gonna write it again, and as you can see, there's a there's a notes over here. For you to really read that. Okay, while you're listening to me, you can always refer to that notes. Okay, just appear here. All right, so I should be able to create a short story based on non-linear text using the right format with little guidance. Okay, so now based on this learning objective, now we know that we are going to do some essay, right? Essay, which is the writing part. So I'm going to continue with the writing part, because before this I'm sorry, I have a little bit exhausted today, so my speech is not that really but never mind, I'm going to be with you and try to prepare you with all the inputs and the important tips when you write an essay. Because in the classroom, it's totally different whenever you listen to me in this home-based learning. This is not live, this is just I record it, and you just but the good thing is you can always pause, or you can always play back. All right, pause and play back, and You can also fast forward. Okay, so that's it's a good things about recording rather than do it in a live like the Google Meet or stuff like that. Okay, so now we're going to start our lesson. But before we start, another things that you have to have with you before we start throughout the lesson. The first one, because your essay book is still with me, because you've been doing, I mean, you've done all the essay, like 6 essays if I'm not mistaken, since last month. So I already collected all the essay book, so it is with me, and I'm going to return back soon, because we are still doing the timetable which day that you should come to school and pick up all these books, and then you can do it at home. So there is no need for you to use another or new book, because this book actually you have to use it again and again. I mean, we as a teacher, we try to find a way to return the book back to you. Okay, so but for time being you don't have the essay book, then I suggest that you use a notepad. Okay, get ready with a notepad. Okay, a long paper, with a line, and then you can write your essay there. And also you need your stationery, of course, stationery. And yeah, I think that's pretty much of it. And now let's start our lesson. So since we are going to do the writing part, now you know that it is section C from your exam paper. There are 2 questions, which is you have to choose either one. For section C, I mean question 3. Okay, I'm not talking about question 1 or 2, I'm talking about question 3. There are 2 essays that you have to 2 essays that you have to choose, and then try to make it like a story that beautiful, that you use lots of variety of vocabularies and with the correct grammar. Okay. Okay, all right. Before this, I already give you lots of tips, right? You already written in your essay book the tips. Okay, what should you do before you answer the section C? I mean the essay, before you start your writing. What should you do? Okay, but I put it in a, what do we call that, as a mnemonic. Now remember the mnemonic. For present tense, okay, use a sun. Okay, that's mnemonic. Okay, but this one, it is not about the present tense, they use a sun, but I'm going to make it short and make it more understandable for you to really understand how to really do or write your essay better, okay, in the future. Now I make it as a ROUF, Ralph, ROUF, Ralph. Okay, and you can see it down there. Okay, I already put it. Okay, Ralph dash WSGW, Ralph dash WSGW. Okay, Ralph dash WSGW. Okay, now before we start this technique, what exactly this mnemonic represent, or what should you do, and what should you what is this ROUF WSGW? Okay, so please watch this clip. Ralph WSGW. R, read. O, observe. U, understand. W, write. S, spelling. G, grammar. W, word count. I think that you already understand the explanation about ROUF, Ralph WSGW. Okay, so what should you do? Okay, for today, I would like to use the material from my collection, which is non-linear tags. Okay, we have two: linear tags and non-linear tags. So for today, I would like to use non-linear tags for you to write an essay. Okay, and I'm going to show you the diagram of these nonlinear tags for you to study for a bit, and then please understand whatever happened in the picture and try to get as much idea as you can. So after this, it will be easier for you to elaborate your idea into an writing form. Okay, so I give you 2 minutes to watch another clip, which is the diagram of these nonlinear tags, and you may try to understand what exactly happened in the picture. Okay, so that's actually the most important when you write an essay. You've got to really understand whatever happened in the picture, and whatever given, the hints word, the word that you may use or not use it, at all, it's okay, but you have to really look at, for me, I suggest that you please use the word. Okay, use the word, because it will help you a lot. All right, but to use the word, you have to understand the meaning. Okay, the things that I forgot to mention, please do have a dictionary with you, so easy for you to find out the meaning, but make sure that the dictionary has to be English and English meaning. All right, okay, so I give you 2 minutes to observe and to study the picture, the diagram, and after that we'll continue our lesson. All right, while you study this picture, try to remember Ralph first. You may pause the video until you get the whole ideas. I think your 2 minutes is done, and if you can see, the diagram is all about taking care of your health, right? Okay, so it's all about a health campaign. If you can see, the first word is the health campaign, the second word is exhibition, and the third, healthy lifestyles, physical activities, raise awareness, health issues, donate blood, proud of, talks, prevention, useful information. So all these words or phrases given here that you have to use, or you may use the words, but if you do not know during the exam, if you do not know the meaning of the words, it's okay, you can just leave it there. Right, don't ever try to use it without your fully understand the word. Okay, it is very, very wrong to do that, because you might get a wrong idea and you tell a wrong story. Okay, so there are a few words or phrases over there. I really hope that you already find out the meaning of each word, and some of the words come with 2 words, which is the compound words, like the healthy lifestyles, physical activities, raise awareness, health issues, donate blood, proud of. Okay, proud of actually is a phrasal verb. Phrasal verb. Now remember, as I mentioned in the classroom, take off, switch on. All right, so I really hope that you get familiar with this phrasal verb, because it is actually will help you to create a better essay when you use phrasal verb, and you have to use it. All right, okay, so from the pictures given there, there's someone is giving a speech to the students about a healthy lifestyle, and there's also an exhibition. That's actually exhibition. In Bahasa Melayu we call that pameran, and also the blood donation. Okay, donated blood. But when you're going to use the word given here, you can always change it, whether you're going to use it in past tense or present past continuous tense. It's up to you. Okay, but as long as you tell the story in the past tense, okay, because this is a story. All right, a story that already happened. All right, if it is not happened yet, you can't even tell a story, right? So it is already happened. Now remember. Okay, now let's back to our technique, which is the Ralph WSGW. What is Ralph WSGW? You already watched that clip just now. And okay, I've got to refer to this first. The first R actually is for read. What actually the meaning of read? Now, when you got your exam paper, I mean for this section C, you have to read the instruction carefully. Okay, I'm gonna show you here. This is the book that the diagram that I use. You have to read. This is the instruction. Okay. This is the instruction, but I couldn't really flip the video, but never mind, later I'll do that. Okay, write a story based on the given picture. You may use the words given to help you write your story in the space provided. Okay, and I'm sure that you are very familiar with this instruction already. Okay, but it is my job to remind you again and again and again that this is a crucial part. When you see the word may being bolded, that means you can use the word given here, all right, in the box here, or you may not use that. Okay, but I suggest that you use it. You use them. But if you understand the meaning, so that's why it is very important for you to widen or to get as much vocabulary as you can. All right, through speaking, writing, or reading. You know, mostly from speaking and reading. All right, and then after that. After you read the instruction, then you have to always focus on the picture. Okay, so that means you're reading too, like you read the picture. Okay, it's just like you're observing and you try to understand the picture. All right. Okay, so the next one will be observe. O stand for observe or study the picture, so that you please look at every inch of the picture of the diagram given. Okay, so if possible, try to make some notes, you know, just beside the box given here. Okay, you may just write whatever happened here. You use your own words or phrases or sentence you want to write here. Maybe just a few minutes for that. Okay, drafting, that means you are drafting. Okay, it's very important to draft before you really write a real essay, or you know, you make it in a writing form. Okay, and then let's move to the next letter U, R-O-U. You understand the picture well. All right, as you observe, now of course you're going to understand them, right? So please do so. And the next one is F, find the meaning. Find the meaning means you have to find the meaning of every words given here. Okay, now for this we have health campaign, exhibition, healthy lifestyle, physical activities, and so on. So try to understand the words or phrases given there, and it will help you a lot. Okay, it will help you a lot to elaborate your essay or your writing. So it will make a better essay if you can use the words given here. Okay, all right, so find the meaning. All right, and now let's move to the W. The first W is write. Now once you already got all the ideas and you observe, you understand, you read the instruction well, now it's time for you to write the essay. Okay, to make it in a writing piece or the writing form, right? So in this process, all you have to think is, of course, S. Look at the S, spelling. S stands for spelling. Make sure that you spell each and every word correctly and accurately, because you will lose your mark if you spell it wrong. Okay, so spell them correctly. All right, if the word that you are unsure or you have a doubt how to really spell the word, try to find another word that have a similar meaning that you're familiar with. Okay, try. That's why I told you to read a lot, to speak a lot, to speak more, so that you can always widen your vocabularies. And look at G. When you write, then you have to always remember the grammar. The grammar here, including the tenses. You know that this story has to be in simple past tense, right? In the past tense form. So always remember the verb. Okay, the verb has to write. You have to write with irregular verb, or you just add the ed. Okay, let's say walk become walked, all right, or run become ran. Okay, so always make sure is the verb agreement. Also, you have to remember is become was, are become were. Okay, and if you want to write in simple past tense, simple continuous past tense, then please remember always bring this together. Was, let's say, walking, were walking. It depends on the noun. Is it plural or singular? All right, you actually you've done this so many times. It's up to you now. Okay, all right. So the last W is word count. Once you finish your or while you're writing your essay, always count the word. Okay, so that you won't exceed the word limit, which is 100. Okay, for this section C, 120 top. All right, it has to be actually 80 words, but I make it like 100 and 120. But if you reach that 100, that's just nice, just nice. But do not less than 50 words. 50 words is too less. Do not less than 50 words. Okay, you will lose lots of mark. Now if you make it more than 120, also will lose your mark. So try to make it between 100 to 120. That's enough. Okay, try. While you're writing your essay, then count it. Start from the starter. All right. Now, if sometimes the question will give you the starter, then you have to start with that sentence. So that sentence doesn't count. Remember that we have done that too. Okay. So, but this one there's nothing given here, so you have to start with your own starter. Then you have to start from the first word that you write on the as for your essay. Okay. Now remember again, how many paragraph? 3 paragraph. Okay, and the starter and the body of content and the closure. Now the starter, how many sentences should be there? Right, 2 or 3 sentences enough. Okay, you're explaining what's going on here, and maybe you want to tell you actually in this picture, and you want to tell like your school are having this event, and try to explain the date or the venue, where is it, where it happened. Okay, so when to do this, you have to always remember the interrogative pronouns. Remember interrogative pronouns: what, who, when, why, how. All right, so try to think of that. All right, then you can write a better essay. Okay, so that's for the tips, and I will continue with this already like mentioned you about the tips, right? Okay, and also the technique ROUFSWSGW. Okay, so I suggest that when you do this section C, always try to make a like a bubble, like a map, right? Then you just draw a line and write what happened here, what happened here, what happened here, what happened here. Okay, that will give you more idea to write your essay. Okay, try to do that, make it as your habit. All right, and always beware of tenses, spellings, and punctuations. Okay, punctuation. Now, the few of you are very weak when it comes to punctuation. So I really hope, because punctuation you learn that since year 1. What is full stop? When do you use the full stop? When do you use comma? When do you use you should use the question mark or exclamation mark? So these all punctuation is very important to really deliver the sentence that you're going to tell to the audience or to the reader. Okay, so please, when there is a full stop, make it clear. Put a full stop. When there is a question mark, make it clear. Put a question mark. Okay, mostly for the question, but exclamation mark, if you want to put, like, a sentence that require a question, sorry, an exclamation mark, put it clearly there. Okay, and a comma. All right, so please remember that. And also, when we talk about punctuation, the uppercase and the lower case. Now, uppercase mostly at the beginning of the sentence, the initial letter, and also for the proper noun. You know that, but when it comes to this writing, this problem, actually you will do the same mistake again and again and again, because sometimes you feel like you want to make it fast, or you just like rushing, or maybe the time constraint, the time constraint. You think that you don't really have enough time to finish the essay, then you started to write, but please, that's why I told you to prepare or to plan your essay writing properly. Start from the tips that I gave you just now. I mean the mnemonics, ROUFWSGW, Ralph WSGW. Use that, then you will be fine. Okay, I'll believe that you will be fine. I believe that you will be fine. Okay, all right. Now that's for the stage 2, and now we move to stage 3. I'm going to give you like 2 minutes to write your starter for this essay, and then I want you to write. Maybe you can't show that to me, but you maybe can try to use the tips that I give you in the classroom, and try to make it a better starter. All right, like 2 or 3 sentences. Okay, I give you 2 minutes to start your writing, and then after that I will share a few samples of my starter regarding this this picture or this diagram. Okay, all right, 2 minutes from now. All right, now let's see the clips, the sample for the starter that I've made myself, and then you can like compare with yours, and then how can you really write a better starter. Okay, so this is the clip. Okay, now, so you have seen the 3 samples that I made myself, and then for those advanced students, you can use this as for your guidance. But for those low achievers, I would like you to, if possible, you can memorize, the way or how I make my starter, and then try to relate to the picture. Okay, now some word or some phrases or sentence that you can use over and over again in your essay, but please do relate with the picture. That's for those achievers. But for the advanced students, I suggest that you use these samples as for your guidance, and then you can try to produce even better than that. Okay, try to use bombastic word if possible. Now please don't try to exaggerate things, but just make it nice to read and nice to hear. That's why we write a better essay or creative writing. Okay, all right, so now for that starter, I think we already I put 2 or 3 sentences, so there is no need to discuss more on that. It's just that it's something like to introduce, right? The first phase that we have to introduce what's going on, based on the picture or diagram given. And then now let's move to the next one, which is the body or content. All right, now this is a very crucial part, okay, because in this stage, I mean in this phase, you have to elaborate the ideas. Most of the ideas will be in here. What exactly happened in that picture, you have to tell it in here, in this stage, which is the body and starter. Okay, sorry, which is the body and the content. All right. Things that you should write in this area, things, you know, let's say from this picture, there are few hints words given, and then please, if possible, that you can use all of them. All right, but if you can't use all of them, just use maybe a few of them, or you know, just 2 or 3 of them. That's okay, but as long as your story has to be related to this diagram, it has to be exactly what happened in this diagram. All right. But from based on these words given here, it is things that happen in this diagram at all. I mean, exactly. All right. If you have your own idea how to tell, you know, each and every activities that happen in here, well, it's by all means just do it. Okay, for those advanced students, you may. All right. Okay. So now, when I told you earlier, right? When you see the picture and then you just try to, like, you know, make a line and then write something like, you know, what activity are they doing in the picture. Actually, that will help. That's help you to create your essay. Okay, because that's like you drafting. Now remember, before you write your essay, draft a little bit, but don't take it too long. Just like a few minutes enough, like 3 minutes. I think you have to plan properly so that you have enough time to write your essay. Okay, because this is the last part. Maybe there's like 40 or 30 minutes left. Then you have to be careful, because when you do things in rushing and then you started to do lots of mistakes, especially the spelling, punctuations, and then the marks will be deducted, okay, by the examiner if you do that. So please do have enough time to plan and to draft all this. All right. Now now remember to elaborate your essay based on the tips that I gave you in the classroom. Okay, things like you know, it is written in your essay book, so please do refer to that too. Okay. All right. And then I will give you maybe 1 or 2 days to finish your essay. All right. This is the lesson only just to contribute some ideas for you, or tips, or you know, the mnemonic just now, the technique that you should use, and then I will give you some time to finish or complete your essay within this 1 or 2 days. And after the next lesson, during the next lesson, I hope that all of you can submit. You just take a picture or snap a picture of that essay of yours, and please do PM me, or maybe you can send in this group, the BI second MCO group. Okay, you can send there. I just want to see your piece of writing, and then I know how many of you actually really complete it, or you just, like, you know, at home, nobody, like, you know, watch you, your mom maybe at work, and then you just like ignore it. So please don't, because this is a critical time for, you know, everyone, that we have to do whatever it takes for you to have this learning process. Because if you just stay at home, do nothing, play with the phone, like, you know, video games or PS4 or whatever, you won't develop your skill. Okay, because I can see that after the long holiday before the MCO, the first MCO, when I ask you things, you started to get confused and you started to lose everything. Now I don't want that to be happen. So always keep practicing, keep, you know, your speaking, your writing, your reading, okay, your listening skill. keep practicing them so that you can be a better and you can be a good proficiency in English. All right, okay. So as for the closure, I think that's all for today. You already have this picture and diagram. You can always pause the video, or you can just like print screen and then try to do it on your own. Okay, I just give you the sample for the starters, but the rest of the essay you have to do it on your own, because we have been discussed this for like last year. Okay, now please do remember, but lately I always like remind you again and again the tips and the technique that you have to have when you answer this section C. Okay, and again I would like to stress on the ROUF, ROUF, WSGW technique. Do remember that. Do memorize that. What R stand for, it stand for what O actually stand for, U, F, and W, S, G, and W. Okay, so if you couldn't really get it, you can always play back this this video, and then you can listen to that again and again until you really got it. Okay, now and of course don't forget to speak and in English, as this will advance your vocabularies. Okay, because there's no point if you can speak but you just use a simple and typical words. It is very, very important for you to explore more. Okay, that's why you need to read, you need to speak. Okay, whenever it is an English subject time, try to use English with your parents. Try to communicate in English with your parents. All right, so that they can I'm sure that your parents will be eager to really practice their English too, because some of the parents out there, they are better than everyone else, right? So please do, okay, speak in English and write in English and read in English and listen for English. Okay, all right, until then, I think this is the end of the lesson. I really hope that you got something from today's lesson. I can't do much actually today. It's just that I have a problem with the technical things, and then maybe the next video I'll try to make it even better and try to fix things that not supposed to be in the video. All right, so I end this session now, and I'll see you maybe 1 or 2 days later. Okay, do we have class tomorrow? I forgot the timetable, but never mind. All right, you have in your hand right now. Okay, so thank you so much for your time, and all the parents, please make sure that your kids complete the work, the task given by the teachers, and always watch them things that they do at home. Okay, please do watch them. Thank you so much. All right, see you again. Bye bye.